Welcome back, everyone. Today we are talking to mothers whose children are at risk of hurting themselves or others. Also with us is Kent Keel, a professor of psychology, neuroscience, and law at the University of New Mexico. It is not just boys, we should point out. This can happen with girls. In how many cases, Kent, would it be a girl with this disorder?
Oh, for every boy, it's 1 in 10 girls. It's much rarer in girls than boys.
There's a member of your group with whom we spoke who has a, I think, 15-year-old girl who she admitted killed the family cat, strangled the family dog, attacked her mother with a knife, said she had a plan to kill her and the whole family, put poison oak in the mother's shower wash, which she knew the mother was deathly allergic to. And she's had to live with her, too. It's not unlike domestic abuse, domestic violence, where you're sentenced, in your case, however, to stay with the abuser.
It's my assertion that it is legally mandated domestic violence. We are told that we have to live with our abusers. We are legally and financially responsible for them. And we have to stick it out for 10 years. And oh, by the way, it's probably your fault he's acting that way anyway. I mean, could you imagine if somebody said that to a battered wife?
And it's absurd because Kent does brain scans of these kids. And what do they show you?
Again, I work with the highest risk kids, so the kids that are already incarcerated. And when they have all of those traits, the conduct disorder traits and the callous and unemotional traits, there's parts of their brain that are very different. The emotional parts of the brain, what's what we call the orbitofrontal cortex, the regions that control the emotions, the impulsivity, it's like there's less muscle mass. There's just less tissue, about 5 to 7%.
Do we know what causes that?
No, we don't know exactly what causes it. We know that we see the same effects in adults that we see in these high-risk kids, but we don't have a great idea.
But early intervention can help?
So, yes, in the last 10 years, there's been kind of a growth in development of treatment programs for kids like this.
Where? Where? Because these mothers are not able to get their kids into any of them.
Some of the best are in Europe and in Australia. I know it's not helping.
Right. That's what Dawn said the last time. She said, I don't want to move to Australia. Yeah. And you saying, I don't want to give up legal rights to my child to get him in foster care so that we can pay 12 grand a month through Medicaid, because sometimes we're making too much to get the care, but not enough to pay for what it actually costs. I want to ask you, Sarah Beth, when you look at your child, when you look at him, I assume you feel love, and what else?
Fear. I'm afraid that one morning I'll wake up and one of my children will not be alive. He's repeatedly threatened my husband. I'm afraid that one day I'll get a call and he will be the next school shooter. It's possible.
He'll be there.
I hope and pray that it's not. I'm trying everything I can to protect everyone around me, but there's a chance.
So where are you supposed to go right now? If you have a child who's hurt animals, a child who's hurt siblings, a child who has no empathy, really, I mean, truly, are there any options other than Europe or Australia? Where are they supposed to go?
You know, unfortunately, I get these questions all the time, and it's heart-wrenching. The best advice I typically give is to try to reach out to a local clinical psychology group at the university near you to see if they have someone who is focused on working with kids with these problems.
I can see the look. I can see the look.
They've tried. They've all tried.
Well, they're starting a new group, right? I mean, Lilith, what is it? It's called STOPP, S-T-O-P-P.
Society for Treatment Options for Potential Psychopaths. And it is our goal to get facilities, special facilities, for the treatment of conduct disorder built all across, well, eventually the world, but let's start with the United States. I mean, for at minimum 1 in each state, there has to be, everybody keeps saying early intervention is the key, but where? There is no early intervention.
Mm-hmm. What happens is families get saddled with these children who have nowhere near the understanding of how to deal with it, nor just the intellectual, emotional capacity to handle that for a lifetime.
Yeah. You know, and I feel like I'm just now, there's hope that I'm getting my child back. But if there had been a treatment facility, could I have gotten him back when he was 6? Could I have gotten him back when he was 9?
And what about Evan, who's 5 now, and Amy's jumping up and down saying, help me.
Yeah.
Help me right now. Yeah. It took so much courage for you all to tell these stories and to be here. And you know very well there are so many more parents at home dealing with it right now who I hope feel inspired by you. It's called STOPP, STOPP.
Correct.
We'll have more information for it, for you on it at today.com/Megyn Today. Very grateful. Much love to you all.
Hello, Today fans. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking that button down there and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives.